we have it scanned on PDF.
Okay. Do I email a public records request or bring it?
I would prefer them.
Prefer it email?
Yeah, then I have it in writing.
That's fine. Is the email address on the website?
I think.
Well, yeah, I should be able to just reply to it then.
Okay.
That's what the
I
rumor
will
mill.
we can do that.
Boy, I gotta tell you, even with their bogus capital reserve fund, it's
Morning.
still-
They still
Good
got a lot of
morning.
cash.
Way up.
Yeah.
Gloria.
Oops, sorry.
Me?
How you doing, Frank? Good to see you. Good to see you. Doing better? Yeah, doing good. How are you?
Nice to see you.
I see how they're spending down the money, they got you here.
Not yet.
That'll drag those
That's,
balances
that's,
down.
that's another sinking fund we gotta set.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Those are good lines.
If everybody would sign in, please.
What? Sure. Okay, we're here for the 2017 budget hearing of the Geauga County Park District. Doug?
The budget that was submitted indicated a beginning balance in the general fund, $1,373,445. You asked that we certify revenue in the amount of $6,705,218. We will certify that amount with your estimated expenses of $6,816,596. That will leave you with an ending balance in the general fund, December 31st, 2017, of $1,262,067. In your construction funds, your budget indicated beginning balance of $805,916. You asked that we certify revenue in the amount of $3,493,000. We will certify that amount. You have anticipated expenses of $3,500,000, which would leave you with a net balance of $798,960. In your retirement reserve fund, you have a beginning balance of $57,510. You anticipate putting $225 into that fund, giving you an ending balance of $57,735. Your capital reserve fund, you anticipate a beginning balance of $2,850,000. Estimated revenue, which I believe is interest, will give you, with your estimated expenses of $2,850,000 and ending balance of $9,000. You opened up a new canine fund this year. You have no cash balance in that at this time. Estimated revenue of $10,000 and estimated expense of $10,000. Millage for collection in 2017, we have your 1986 levy at 0.7 mils, your 2000 levy at 1 mil, and your 2013 levy at 1 mil for a total of 2.7 mils.
You're planning to spend on the capital reserve
Yes, we are. We have 2 projects that we expect to go forward next year.
Okay.
What are 2 separate,
2 separate projects, yes.
and what are the,
The development of a piece of property we refer to currently as High Kaplan with fancy front name and some improvements to Maple Islands Trail Center, bike trail, myself, as well as part of the
and those 2 projects equal 2.8 million?
They do not. We retain some of that money for future projects.
Well, how,
So you're saying you're spending 2.8 million, but you're not. So that was a misstatement in your budget? If you're retaining money, then don't say you're spending it.
We're spending 3.5 is what we have planned to spend in projects. This is a copy of that. The 2.8 mil would be part of the transfer in. spending that out of the capital reserve fund, or are you spending that out of your construction fund?
We spent a land improvement construction fund, but we show that we're having a transfer, a cash transfer from the, we'll be taking some of the capital reserve, moving it into land improvement.
I'm sorry, I'm a little confused. You're not spending down the capital reserve, you're transferring out.
That's correct.
You're transferring out $2.8 million.
That's what we're planning at this time.
So is this capital reserve fund all a farce?
No.
Is this it's looking like to me? They just scammed us last year
No.
with this? I mean.
Well, first of all, we're under contract to buy a parcel right now in Hampton. That'll close this year.
Is that out of being funded out of capital reserve?
Yes.
Okay.
But
So-
that's,
so
that's
according-
a 2016 expenditure.
According to this
Okay, then it
worksheet,
won't be in 17.
Correct.
Right.
That, what they're gonna buy now is coming out of 2016.
Correct.
So we're still on the we're still talking 2017,
Right.
for the 2.8.
they don't know if they're gonna spend the $1 million out of it now, it's gonna be $1 million less.
No.
No, we're not
that's
spending it out of the 2017. That's,
Not coming out of the 2017.
right, it's coming out of the 2016 budget.
The current land.
Currently, correct,
What's the cost of that?
of the property that we have.
The 2016 expenditure, what is it?
Of the property we're purchasing, 1.1 million plus closing costs.
And what's the balance in the capital reserve fund right now?
2,850,000 plus interest.
Okay, so you got $2,850,000. You're gonna spend 1.1 for this parcel.
No. 2016, right now, in land improvement, we have a balance of $4 million.
Ah.
And out of that will come the
Okay.
purchase of the
Yeah,
land.
for 2016. So the new guy just confused us.
Did?
So at the end of 2017, the capital reserve fund, which was as of 1/1/16, $4 million, will be $9,000.
It's $4 million.
You just told me.
Not
Good.
the capital reserve,
The construction fund.
construction.
Which-
The
The
land.
capital reserve is the sinking fund that Jim was saying.
Right. How much money is there right now?
$2,850,000.
You're not taking any of that money for the parcel you're about to close on.
That's correct.
That's where they stash money to stop us from,
Right.
stopping them from collecting taxes, because they have so much money.
So the parcel you're buying is coming out of construction fund.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
correct.
We needed a number, because there's two different account of funds, that's why it gets confusing.
I thought the point of this capital reserve fund was to purchase land.
It's for improvements to the park as well as for land acquisition.
But then you're acquiring land and using another fund.
We're using well, but the money gets transferred out of the capital reserve fund into the construction fund.
But you just said that you're not doing that this year.
Let me try this.
Yeah.
You wanna try taking a shot at it? You gotta speak louder.
Let me take my hand out.
Okay.
We transferred out of the general fund $2 million into land improvement, the 6015, the construction fund. This year was for possible purchase of land that we were in negotiations with. Part of that did fall through. We also took $2,850,000 and put that into the capital reserve for future land purchases. It was not for immediate use. So,
You did not mention the word improvements for expenditures or investments in the capital reserve fund. You said for land acquisition.
I believe that's, yes. Am I correct in saying that?
Land acquisition or projects. I made mention to earlier, no, that's all right. I made mention of earlier, we've got 2 projects next year that we could draw to this capital projects, which we believe the statute allows us to hold for 10 years as long as we identify the projects. 2 of the projects will go next year. One of them is improvements to Maple Islands Trail South. The other is improvements to this property we call the High Kaplan property. So Maple Highlands Trail South is currently estimated at 1.3 million. High Kaplan property is estimated at 1.4 million.
So next year, you're gonna have to transfer either into the construction fund or capital reserve to fund the total cost of those 2 projects. Is that reflected in your budget?
I believe it is.
Yeah.
That's the 2.8, is what you're saying?
Yes.
So really, this hasn't improved from last year, it's just created some fund and we're being told again that there's gonna be projects.
Yeah.
Some results.
There is possibility that you won't complete those or even begin those 2 projects next year.
When the board's approved to go forward, we're already in the contracts with the design engineering firms on both those projects.
Okay.
Those projects will go forward next year.
So we're gonna have to take your word. Dale, you representing the board? You're on the board.
I'm not on the board, I'm representing the board.
Okay. And the board has approved these capital projects?
They haven't approved the contracts, they've authorized the expenditure funds for the design, which is, I don't know if it's done on both.
Right, we've appropriated the funds for both projects, we're moving forward. We've entered into 2 contracts with design engineering firms with both projects, so.
Well, as-
They will be bid out, in February, March of next year, so we're moving forward with those projects I mentioned.
As we regularly experience appropriations being misleading, because some governments tend to appropriate everything and spend little. I would encourage you to not only have the appropriation, but I would also have the expenditure. Otherwise, we're gonna be right back to next year, and it's not gonna be pretty. You are again, the Park District is again accumulating cash, sizable amounts, even though we now have the capital reserve fund in place, which has been a boon for you. I'm not sure it's a boon for the taxpayers. That remains to be seen after next year, if these projects are indeed at least begun.
I'm only a lawyer, but I did major in accounting at Ohio State, so I have a question for the lawyer. Am I right in saying that at the end of 2015, we had 6.2 million in cash, and at the end of this year, we're gonna have $1.2 million in cash?
Right.
And at the end of next year, we're gonna have $1.2 million in cash, so
Right, so
we
it's
really
fine.
have.
Dale, we've heard that song before.
For over a decade.
No, but.
It's actually turned into a lie over the years because we were
Well,
told it
2000
repeatedly
No,
and it wasn't true.
2016 is, I mean, it's hard to deny what's happening this year. The difference.
Dale,
is-
I'm just telling you, they've
Yeah.
told us this every year and it's not the truth. I don't know what else to say.
The difference is, between last year and this year, is that there is money in the capital reserve account, which was set up through the state auditor, for those situations where we need to have money available when we buy land. And so we've set it aside for that purpose. However, we actually are buying land this year, and there are 2 projects that, if the board's approved engineering and they're under contract, they're not gonna not spend the money for the projects unless bids come back so high that they don't have the money for it.
Which we just experienced with the previous township.
I mean, it could happen, but that's what happens in government. You're gonna say, oh, well, we gotta spend it, so we're gonna spend more than we wanted to spend on project? No, that's why you have the sinking fund. It gives us time to get the projects done, at an appropriate cost at the right time.
You said you got a 1.3 on one of the projects and a 1.4 on the other project, so you already got some estimates from somebody that said that's what's gonna cost. That's why you allocated the 2.8. So
We should keep that.
if it comes back at 2.3 and 4.4, you're not gonna do the
We'll just put it in.
because you won't have the money.
Right, we might do one and not 12.
Yeah.
Correct.
But the money's been appropriated,
Yep.
so now they're gonna get it done.
Been a free crowd.
Nice.
We have no reason not to do a project.
If all of this
For
occurs,
you
you
bike
probably won't have a
riders,
problem.
It'd be a beautiful
For
thing.
bike riders, it's gonna be a great trail on this.
I was on the trail Sunday.
Yeah.
I had a group of 15. It was fabulous.
Right.
So how's it gonna improve, is what you're asking?
It can always be better. You could pave that one section from Burton over to the trail.
Well, yeah.
But the
Also-
Amish don't want that.
No, also though, with the purchase of the property that we have under contract now, there's an opportunity for doing more paths and connecting to the state.
That'll be good.
Yeah. Because there's state land conservation.
Whose turn is it? Oh, great. I move to approve this.
Second.
Aye.
Yes.
Thank you.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Take care.
Hang on a second, you gotta get the sheet.
I like the number 3.
You should have been in there
It's only
for
21
clarity. They
years.
got a
It's
10 times
signed
worse
by
than
the
you.
board and returned to us by October
Into
1st.
that board.
October 1st, you said.
And I was so busy buying land for them when I first created them, I had, every day of the week I was working on this. Problem is also, it's hard to get anybody to do it yourself. It's hard to buy them.
You got a lot of money.
Well, it might be getting more. Because we got a new partners.
Yeah, but the question there will be,
We gotta get voted approval.
Yeah, the
how do we,
voters have
how do we
to-
take that money and give it back to the taxpayers? That would be interesting.
Good job.
That would be
Nice to see you.
Take care of
Hope you have a
you.
nice
Always just like
Come
to
visit
have-
anytime.
I will, I will. This has been a pleasure.
That was, it's better than going to the dentist,
That's
right?
my wife's favorite color.
We meet every other month.
But thanks on that auction thing.
Hey, no problem.
Yeah.
We're gonna get it done.
Does everything move out?
Yeah.
No, it should be a
You want to put that in the record
Ciao.
for the
See
capital
ya.
reserve.
See ya, John. Take care.
Bristol Country Park is at 1:00.
Okay.
Okay, so Huntsburg is